let me just mention the trust issues that this movie has now instilled in me. Uh,
Oh,
no, it's such an interesting premise and so interesting to watch and like just kind of like be in this really like harrowing situation with this character. For those who are just discovering Sauna Sickness, can you just kind of give a quick synopsis on what the movie's about?
yeah. Well, in short, it's about a couple that goes for New Year's Eve. They go out to an isolated cabin in the north of Sweden to spend New Year's together, and without giving too
Mm.
much away, they have an incident which leaves them well challenged to find a way back into safety. I'll say that.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. That's a great way of putting it. I don't.
Psychological drama, yeah.
Right, I don't wanna say too much about the movie because it's definitely a harrowing experience, and you kind of are just unraveling it and piecing it together as it goes along, and there's certainly something really, exciting and thrilling about that viewing experience, so,
I'm glad
um
you feel that. That's my intention with I like the discomfort, you know?
Yes, so much discomfort, but in a great way, in a very entertaining way. We'll talk a little bit more about the short in a minute, but I kind of want to know more about your career. So you're an actor, but you have this directing hat on for this movie. Tell me about your career in entertainment leading up to this film.
Um, well, in short, I think I've transitioned quite a bit. I actually started off as a dancer
Oh,
years ago, and I moved to New York from Stockholm, where I'm originally from. At the time, I wanted to be a dancer. Did that. I lived in London for a bit, and then transitioned into short films as an actor, and then theater, and then I think I got the itch to write myself. I was feeling like there wasn't a lot of roles that intrigued me as an actor. So I was like, well, I wanted to be in comedy, or I wanted to do this, and I wanted to see this story being told. And especially as a woman, I think that that kind of started something in me. And that's when I started writing. And during COVID, I went back to Sweden to attend the screenwriting program that is fantastic. And after that, I've just kind of kept writing, and this is the first thing that I'm directing on my own, and I'm not acting in, so it's a new experience. But yeah, that's kind of how it's gone. And I think, in short, I like being a multi hyphenate. You know, I don't see myself as just like now I'm transitioning from acting to writing and directing. I think it's great to do all of it, and I think they all, acting feeds into directing and vice versa. It's all really fun.
That's actually a great segue because one of the things I'm really curious about is how acting, and I guess all of your other experience in entertainment, how that has informed how you operate as a director.
I think a lot. I think it's really important, and I think it made it much easier being an actor and reading millions of scripts every day, auditioning, just and working with directors. You learn pretty fast what you need as an actor, and when you're not getting what you need in direction or on set. So I think having that experience made it much. I felt pretty comfortable, to be honest, on set and directing actors. That to me felt very natural. And then there's the visual part of directing, which I put a lot more work in. And and it helps when you're working with such a wonderful team. And I had such a Malin, second Malin Gutke is my Swedish DP, and she's wonderful. So we did a lot of work ahead of time, and I collaborated with what I wanted to do. So yeah, but I think like even as a dancer, I worked with choreography. That also helps. That is also how you see things, and I think it's all visual. It's all creative and visual, but it definitely helps.
That's so interesting. Is there a correlation between choreographing dancing and, like, blocking a scene in movies? Like, is that, like are those
I
2 very connected?
I think so. Yeah, I absolutely think so.
Huh.
Because it's like I like to see how things are moving. If I do a move with the camera where it follows them in a certain way, and because all movement that we see on camera or we see in dance makes us feel something, right? And it depends like where you're seeing people move, when they're coming close, when they're going further away. And I think whether you see someone's face or not, all of these things of course feed into it. So I think everything is a bit of a dance, it's in your body, how you move, how you feel.
That's awesome. Um, So, as I've mentioned, this movie is tense, it's has this thriller nature to it. Tell me about developing the story. Where did this come from? How did it turn into this incredible short film that it is? And, yeah, tell me about the process there.
Well, I think as a writer, everything comes somewhat from you. Like you put
Mhm,
a little bit of you into everything. And so for this specific story, there's inspirations that come from parts of a relationships that I was in. There's also so much that comes from relationships and experiences that friends, especially female friends, have had. And then of course, you know, expanding this into a more cinematic story. So it's a mosaic, really. But
mhm,
I think a lot of women can relate to the story, and I'm sure also a lot of men. I'm going to say
mhm,
women, but also men, of course. But
yeah.
pretty
I
universal feeling.
Right, totally. Because I think what I'm saying with this tension and suspense, there's definitely that's something that I think all the whole audience is gonna feel when it plays at Sundance, and so I'm
Yeah,
excited for people to experience that,
yeah, I'm so excited for that.
right?
Yeah, really.
Um what I like in movies a lot of times is small scope, right? Like this is a movie, there's very few characters. It's kind of a one location movie from what I can tell. It all kind of happens in like the same area. And I think that makes movies like this kind of like a pressure cooker kind of experience. Tell me about filming in this, cold region in this cabin and what all of that was like.
Yeah. Well, thanks for asking that. It does to me also feel like a pressure cooker, absolutely. And I mean, even more so if you take a lot of the scenes that take place in the sauna, which
Mhm.
in the film feels claustrophobic, but also on set was definitely, it was cold outside and we were lucky it wasn't that cold. I will say
Mm,
lucky in the sense that like we were hoping for more snow and we
mhm.
didn't get it, but it was a little less cold for all the actors. So, positive.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we spent time outside, which was challenging, and then inside, very, very small space of a sauna. And like my DP sitting in one corner, I sitting with a monitor in one corner, and the actors playing out their thing and the AC hiding in a corner. So it was it was challenging, but again, I will say like it was a very easy set because I feel like or people say this, but it helps so much when you have such a good team. And I think we were really prepared and there's no one on set that wasn't doing their job to 120%. And it was smooth. So
Mm,
I'll say that. Even
mhm.
though we were tight, it was smooth. It was smooth and tight.
That's awesome. Um, I wanna ask about working with Jim Cummings. I have been following him and his projects, probably ever since Thunder Road, and I know you're affiliated with the beta test, and so I'm very curious about the impact of him, being an executive producer on this film and, what that professional relationship has been like with you guys.
Well, Jim is just a wonderful human being to start off. We met on the beta test and became good friends after that. And I had, looked up to him before that as well, just because he's such a creator. He does everything. He's so inspiring to watch when he's working, and he's so dedicated and he knows what he wants. So I think when he came along and helped me out with this film as well and was invested in it, I'll pop over to him and like he'll help me with anything.
Mhm,
He knows so many things. He knows every little part of filmmaking. It would take too long to explain, to say all of it. But I think just in general, he's just been he's a role model for me, but he's also a role model for I think indie film in general. And he does what everyone I think is aiming to do and wants to do, and he makes it possible. Like he learns everything and then he makes it happen. So
mhm.
it's been really inspiring, and I feel also very incredibly grateful to have him and other friends in LA that have been just surrounding yourself with that creativity helps so much when you are working on something, because even if it's a short, it takes so much time and effort, and you need that little the gang to keep it together. So
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's particularly interesting with him also being kind of a multi-hyphen,
that too.
filmmaker. I'm sure you probably gleaned a lot from his experience in all these areas of filmmaking.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like a multi hyphenate, and I mean I am a multi hyphenate,
Mhm.
but there's always so many things to learn. You know, you sit with a project on your own, and you're like, man, I should learn sound. I should learn how to edit. Like, I should do the trailer. I should do this, and I should, there's so many things you can learn. And I think he's a great example of someone that has just like, I'm not waiting for anyone. I'm creating my own thing, and I'm learning. So I learn something from him every time, and yeah, I aim to learn more as well.
That's awesome. So this is your first film at Sundance, right?
Yeah, first time.
Yes, very cool. I'm curious when this movie screens, what do you what do you expect the reaction from the audience to be? What can people like, what do you think the energy in the theater should be when it screens?
Oh, well, I don't that's a great question. I feel like I'm excited to experience this through the audience.
Mhm.
So what their perspectives are might differ. I'm sure, that's the thing with every film. I come in with an idea of what I want people to feel, but then ultimately, depending what people's experiences are, they're gonna come away feeling something different. I think that's what's so beautiful about film. So I'm suspecting that there will be some tension, like you said yourself. Um, I have gotten responses of, some people think it's really funny at times, and some people are just like, I don't think it's funny at all. I just think it's uncomfortable and tense. So I think it's up to the audience, and I'm really excited to watch what their perspective is on this and how they feel about it. I cannot wait.
Totally. Is there anything you're looking forward to doing while you're in Park City?
Everything.
Everything, right?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to go. I was there one time in 2018 with not with
Mhm.
my film, but with a great friend of mine at a film, and it's such an amazing and vibrant place to be with. I feel every filmmaker is there, and so I'm excited to meet other filmmakers. I'm excited to maybe watch some films, definitely watch some films, and again, just experience the film through the audience and see see what it feels like for everyone. So I think that's it. And maybe I'll go snowboarding one day.
Ah, snowboarding. That's a good thing to do while you're there.
I love snowboarding and I'm like, will I have time? We'll see. But maybe I'll do.
Alright.
Have to.
Maybe fingers crossed for you. It is nice that it's so convenient, like, they have lifts right there in downtown Park City.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if there's any snow, seemingly, but
There should be, hopefully. Fingers
yeah,
crossed for you.
yeah. Thank you.
Um, this is Sundance is a massive platform for your film to premiere on. I guess I really wanna know uh, so for your film to screen on, I wanna know more about what the significance is of having this film at Sundance and, what your outlook on the direction for this film is after the festival's over.
That's also a great question. I think you can only go into Sundance and take see what it is. I feel like having expectations is good, but also I just want to go there and see what happens. I'm sure there'll be meetings with filmmakers or industry people that I don't know yet, and I'm just excited to meet all those people and see what comes out of it. But yes, as you say, Sundance is a huge it's a milestone in the sense for me as well, since that was my dream for this film. And um yeah, I'm just going to see where it takes me, and try to enjoy it and talk to everyone I can about it. And I'm excited to hear what people's perspectives are, and hopefully create some discussion around the themes of the film.
Mhm.
Mm, yeah, and then I'm heading to Gothenburg right after with the film in Sweden.
Nice.
So starts the same time, and then we just announced yesterday that we're going to Santa Barbara. So it's going to be a lot of traveling for the film.
Very busy for you, but that's awesome. I love that it's getting this kind of exposure. That's really great to hear.
Thanks.
Um, well, yeah, I congratulate you again on this film screening at Sundance, and I hope you get to do everything that you want to while you're in Park City. And I'm also wishing you the best for your career going forward. I love this sense of thriller to intense storytelling that you have going on here. So I
Thank
hope
you.
for more short films and maybe a feature. I'd love that. I'd love something like
Yeah,
this in the future.
definitely. There's one definitely being thought of. So
So,
thank you. I appreciate it.
of course, thank you.